High carb, low carb, no carb, what's best when it comes to weight loss? Hi, I'm Carolyn Williams, award-winning dietitian and lead nutritionist for CookingLikeDiet.com. Carbohydrates are an area where there's lots of confusion, and a lot of people feel like they have to drastically cut them out in order to lose weight. But research actually says that carbohydrates can be part of a healthy diet. The key is choosing high-quality carbohydrates because those can make a big difference on appetite, satiety, and cravings. Let me explain. The reason that many people associate carbohydrates with weight gain is because most Americans' carbohydrate intake is pretty out of balance. Breads, grains, rice, these are foods that we typically associate as carbohydrate food, and they vary in quality depending on if they're whole grain, refined, have added sugars, or added fats. Then foods with added sugars, sodas, cookies, desserts. These foods are also ones we associate as adding a lot of carbohydrate to our diet. But what we tend to forget is that foods like vegetables, beans and peas, dairy products, fruits are great sources of carbohydrates. This is where the majority of our carbohydrates each day should come from. But back to that imbalance. Americans typically way overconsume our refined grains and snack foods made with refined grains, as well as food and drink with added sugar. What we way underconsume are these carbohydrate foods, beans and peas and vegetables. Not only are these foods higher in nutrients and fiber, but they also have a slower glycemic response, which is going to leave you feeling full and content for longer.
I would recommend the Cooking Light diet to anybody that wants to lose weight or eat healthy because you don't deprive yourself. You don't feel deprived at all. You're eating delicious food. You're eating what you want. You're eating very healthy versions. I no longer feel guilty eating certain foods.
So how do you shift your balance to higher quality carbs? I've got 2 tips. My first tip is to find a carbohydrate meal that you could substitute with fruits or vegetables. For example, if you typically eat a sandwich for lunch, have a large salad with protein on top. Or that bowl of spaghetti, why not have it over spaghetti squash? Tip number 2, watch to see how different carbs make you feel. I've learned that there's carbohydrates that set me up for success because they leave me feeling full and content. But then there's other carbohydrates where I'm left still feeling hungry. Plus, they're a lot harder to control my portion size of. These 2 tips will help shift your carbohydrate intake towards more high-quality ones. Next up, we're talking about fat and if you really need to even be worried about it.